How y'all doing? That's Price again, and just like to welcome you to another video. Got to do some brakes on a 2010 Ford Focus SE, and I just thought I'd bring you guys along. Hey, and there's a gazillion and a half videos out there on YouTube on doing brakes and stuff like that, but there isn't one on my channel. So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and comment down below if you ever changed brakes and stuff like that. You ever had any problems or mishaps, or what was your worst encounter with changing brakes? I know I had a vehicle slip and fall off a jack one time, and luckily I wasn't where I could get hurt, but that was my worst, changing brakes, and it was a little bit hard getting the rotor off and stuff like that, and snatching and jerking, and it was my fault the jack failed. Plus I didn't have jack stands under the vehicle, backyard mechanicking. So anyway, let's get right into this. It shouldn't take very long. I'm gonna try and video as much as I can, but it's really windy out here today. It's just gusting around and blowing the leaves everywhere, so hopefully when I do video it won't be too bad. So I'll get this turned around and get right into it. Alright, so what we got is the Brake Best Select. I went down to O'Reilly's, got the brakes. They were 55, right, 60 bucks after tax. I chose to get the ceramics instead of, they've got a really cheap brand that were like 30 bucks, but your brakes are pretty damn important in my opinion. So it don't bother me to spend a little bit more money and get, I guess, the good stuff. So first thing we got to do is get the lug nuts undone, get the tire off, and let's get right into it. Alright, just took the wheel off. Now what you got to do, here's your rotor. You see your brake pad. It don't look like there's very much to this one back here, but you come right over the top and look, you see these two bolts. One right there, one right here. You gotta take those loose. They are 15 millimeter. So I'm gonna take these two bolts out. You see one right here and one down there at the bottom. Right down here. Got that one and one up here at the top. I'm gonna take those two out, and the rotor, or the caliper, should come off right here. Good grief, that was on there. Keep this in mind if you do this yourself. How about that angle? You may have to put a little bang on it. I didn't want to use my impact. I've got impact, but I didn't want to use that. I'm trying to do this just with hand tools. It's just a simple brake job. And remember, safety, use jack stands, just do it, because you're sticking your head and your arms and Look. You see I got my arm in between all kinds of stuff. Just be safe, okay? You do this at your own risk. I don't think this vehicle's ever had brakes put on it, and it's a 2010. Now, the caliper should come off just like that. Let me bring this up here. See the brake pads in there? They're pretty wore. See, I kind of stuck that caliper in there. You don't want it hanging, because see, it's got this brake line going to it. You don't want to just leave it hanging from that brake line. And motor goes on there. You just see me take it off. A lot of times, you see these little grooves right there at the end of my thumb and stuff. That's from your brake pads. There's a little bit of a lip right there. On the back side, a little more so. Still not bad though. I think I'm just gonna clean them up, and you really don't want to leave fingerprints, your oil on there and stuff. You want to clean that off, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just, I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment down below. What do you think? You think I ought to have them turned? Cleaned up? I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so I'm not gonna have these turned. You can't hang a nail in any of those grooves, and I've already cleaned it up with some brake cleaner on both sides to get my fingerprints off and stuff. But you know, while you got this stuff off, just go ahead and, you know, check things out and kind of look things over a little bit and stuff. Tug and pull and smell and whatever you need to do. But just, you know, you already got this stuff off. Just have a look at it, make sure there ain't nothing screwed up or broke or anything like that. And now we're gonna get to the brakes. All right, here we go. All right, so remember to take a look at these little rubber boots right here. That's a slider pin, caliper pin, goes through here, and these two kind of slide back and forth on them, and there's supposed to be some lubrication in there, so there's a way actually that you can separate these two, extend them all the way out, and pop this boot down, put a little grease in there and push it back on. But I just wanted to show you also, when you compress with that C-clamp, when you compress that piston, before you compress that piston, just loosen up your brake fluid chamber, because when you compress that piston, it may cause some of that fluid to back up in there and everything. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just taking this C-clamp and collapsing the caliper down. I don't have my tripod out here today, so, but that's what I'm doing, is just collapsing this caliper down. All right, so let me show you right quick, if I can, this slider, what I was talking about. See how that slides? That's why I say kind of inspect these little boots and stuff, make sure they're not busted and cracked and everything like that. And they look good. You see how there's this little notch right here where my thumb is on the end of the brake pad, and your brake, you lift up on this little tab a little bit right there, and it slides slides up on there. See right there? Alright, so we're putting it back together. Got the rotor back on, got the caliper, fixing to bolt the caliper up back there, and we'll give it a try and see how it works. Right, and there we go. Now we just got to put the tire back on.
And that is the jack standard with the car.
Alright, I know that wasn't the best of video quality, but it is what it is. Can't be anything else. So I got the other side to do. I'm gonna go ahead and get it done. I may do a little video on it, I don't know, but anyway, if not, we'll see you on the next one. Alright. That one got stuck inside the tire tool and I had to get it out. Alright, got the new brakes in on, and like I said, I'm just waiting on the they said it'd be about 45 minutes before they got that turned, and put that back on, throw the rotor, not caliper. Waiting on the rotor to be turned. Anyway, I'll go get that here in a bit and we'll throw it all back on and be done. Alright, stick with me. Alright, the rotor got turned. As you can see, it's got a new surface on it. Looks really good. $15 at O'Reilly Auto Parts to get this rotor turned. Put the rotor back on. Get the caliper on. Get your 2 bolts. See that? That cap just came off. If you've got a 2010 Ford Focus, that is the lug nuts. Get them at O'Reilly's or any of parts, but that's the lug nut that fits this. And that's why I bought them. Alright, that's the brakes. Now I'm fixing to take it for a test drive right quick, and we should be good to go. Alright, so when I got in here, the pedal of course went to the floor, but now it's good. So we're gonna take it for a ride. Testing the brake job out in the cemetery. I know, that's kind of weird, eh? Alright, so we got the brakes done front on 2010 Ford Focus SE. Probably a little bit longer video than it should have been. I mean, this really in a 20, at best 30-minute job. Both sides done, out the gate, gone. You know, so hey, maybe that's the way you can make a little extra money on the side or something like that, you know. If somebody don't know what they're doing and you want to give it a shot, you know, heck, charge them 30 or 40 bucks to, you know, put brakes on for them. Let them go buy the parts, and then you just charge them labor. I mean, 30, 40 bucks for a 30-minute job, you know, that ain't too bad. And it's not too bad money right there. So y'all be cool. I got to go.